Let's have some fun.
A new season of NFL football is here, and we're off in 20. On EA Sports. So here are the Rams set to go to work on offense, and they're led by a man who topped the 50,000-yard mark in passing for his career a season ago. In year 15 now. Stafford.
The Rams won it all in Super Bowl 56, but last season was a stark contrast to that. The Rams need their quarterback to recapture his form from 2 seasons ago to help spark another postseason run.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. He was in search of his tight end, Tyler Higbee, and that'll bring up second down. Now the fourth-year man, it's Cam Akers. Up past the 25 to the 26, a gain of 5. Now this one, CD, an interesting one to start the season in the NFC West. A lot of people think that this is the 49ers division to lose, but you caution not so fast.
Remember Seattle 2022? A playoff team.
And the pressure gets to him and brings him down. Stafford is sacked. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. But defensively, you really can't script the start much better. You get a 3-and-out and a sack.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that. They kept him short of a first down on first and second down. And then on third down, they pick up a sack. What tremendous momentum for them to start this game.
Just a net of 31 here. 40-yard punt, 9 on the return. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. So the Seahawks ready to take over on offense, and it is a first-time Pro Bowler who leads them out, Charles, in his 11th year now, Geno Smith.
When the Seahawks named Smith the starter last season, it gave him an opportunity he wasn't sure he would get again. And then he became one of the best quarterbacks in football and sustained it across a full 17 games, winning comeback player of the year. Saved his career with last season and keeps the Seahawks as true contenders.
Smith. He completes this to Walker. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. 7 yards there and a first down. Now a play fake, and it's Smith. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there's not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
On 2nd and 10, Smith. Pass complete to DK Metcalf. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 21. Give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains.
I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And here he'll get it down to the 7. A 5-yard gain there makes it 1st and goal. A couple of nice carries back-to-back here, establishing the ground game a bit.
Yeah, these aren't bare-bones runs now. I mean, they're getting substantial yardage, the kind of yards you're looking for, right? Let's go ahead and use a cliche. Stay ahead of the change, right? 5 or more yards each time, that's what you're...
End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Noah Fant. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Seahawks are on the board here first in the season opener. Well, you've got to like that start on both sides of the football. You force the 3 and out, and then you score on your first drive.
Well, I know someone who doesn't like that start.
Well, yeah, the other side.
Yeah, they don't like that at all, right? This is not the way it's supposed to be. But what you just described, that's team football. All right, when you get a 3 and out, you're supposed to take advantage of it on the offensive side of the ball. You said, thank you very much for getting us the rock. Let's put it in the end zone, and they did exactly that.
And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. So the Rams coming back onto the field, their second drive of the game. And one of the things we like to hit on every year are the new rule changes. So we got a few for 2023. A lot are procedural, having to do with deadlines and roster construction and such. But two kind of caught my eye, Charles. One is the option to fair catch a kickoff and have it come out to the 25 like it does in college. You like that?
I don't like it at all. I don't like it in college. I don't like it in the NFL. I want to have something different. And I really wanted the special teams coaches to be a little bit more involved. But I do understand why the league is doing it. They believe it promotes safety, and it's hard to argue against that.
What about, this is the other one, guys can now wear the number 0. We've already seen some make the switch, Calvin Ridley, DeAndre Swift, Braxton Berrios, amongst others.
Yeah, and you know something? When you see those guys make that move, I don't mind that at all right? A little more expressionism for these guys. I love it. I just think we didn't go far enough. What about 00, like Jim Otto used to wear, or Kenny Burrow used to wear? Let's add that back to the NFL jerseys.
Jordan Brooks in there to get him once again. That's 2 sacks for him now here on opening day. Here's the veteran punter Lee as he sends this one away. 39 yards on the punt, give him just 1 yard on the return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Good starting field position here for the Seahawks as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. They'll run with Walker to begin the drive. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down for a nice little gain. A solid run on 1st down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the 1st quarter.
Walker now on 1st and 10. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
Smith, and this throw finds Smith and Jigba. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the 1st. Running left is Walker. And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line. That'll pick up the 1st down for Seattle on a gain of 18. After 7-0 on EA Sports. 2nd quarter now from Seattle, and it is the Seahawks with the football here as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Throwing is Smith. Completes it to Fant on the right side. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. Here's Walker. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
That's good power football on 1st and goal. A lot of teams will throw from there, but that's a nice job to chew up a few more yards and get yourself closer to the goal line.
And he pushes forward, but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Walker is in. Touchdown, Seattle. So the second down run didn't work. They run it again on third down and get in. I wasn't sure if they might pass it, Charles. We know that they like to mix it up down here around the goal line.
Yeah, almost felt like the offensive line said, forget mixing it up. Let's call our favorite running play over our best blockers, and let's get this one in.
After the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he returns this to the 22. The Rams offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. And, Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in Week 1. Do you like that they are matching up this early, or would you prefer a game like this be a few weeks down the road?
I actually like the early matchup for a few reasons, Brandon. First of all, it allows you to see that the entire offseason and know, hey, right out of the gate, we're playing a division game. Second part is it spreads them out a little bit. If you just have them all bunched up at the end of the year, that's not as much fun watching teams try to survive that gauntlet when you do have injuries down the stretch. And last but not least, let's face it, we're TV people. What a great game to sell right out of the gate.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back.
And the pressure gets to him and brings him down. Stafford is sacked. Draymond Jones with a big-time sack on 3rd down. It's a loss of 7. On 4th down, here's Andy Leon to kick it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Now it's Lockett. There'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and out will come the offense as they take over. Kenneth Walker headed back out there. The Yeoman's effort on that last drive. 7 carries, got the touchdown as well. And the O-line probably got a little extra oxygen on the sideline in between.
And deservedly so, because they were also calling for him to continue to get the ball, because there's a rhythm that gets established, right? When you're running it well and the back's getting the ball and he's in sync and reading blocks, and the offensive line wants to continue to pound away. Haven't been an offensive lineman yet that likes to pass block more than he likes to run block. And that last drive, we saw the end result, didn't we?
Yep, and all were rewarded with a trip to pay dirt. Now it's Smith. And this is incomplete. Jackson Smith and Jigba, the one he was after there. And it's 3rd and short. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Smith on 3rd down. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
And they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. Now Geno on 1st down. And his throw here is incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
Smith, an incomplete pass on 1st down. Now it's 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, it's Walker. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down, because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That's some good closing speed there defensively, because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up. Converged on his man. And broke the play.
So 3 points there, and they continue to build this first half lead.
Yeah, every little bit helps, and the more that you can put together drives and start controlling the tempo, controlling possession, finishing with points, the better off you're going to be.
Myers now converted on the field goal try. Now he's on to kick it away. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. L.A. set to take over again on offense. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive. Stafford and the Rams come up 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. Now a pass hauled in downfield. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A really good pickup of 28 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Stafford going to give this to Akers. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. On 2nd down, here's Stafford. He'll get this into the hands of Van Jefferson. And he's going to get this inside the 30. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a 1st down.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
Meanwhile, Stafford's throw pulled in by Jefferson. Touchdown! Van Jefferson, 28 yards. And the Rams are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. And that is the definition of yards after catch. They go short on the pass, and the receiver does the rest.
Seems so harmless, doesn't it, to throw it underneath, a short pass like that? But, boy, it gets dangerous in the hands of the right receiver as he makes a move and takes it the distance.
Extra point by Blankenship is up and good, and that'll cut the lead to 17-7. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. Taking it about the 1. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Back out now comes Kenneth Walker in the Seattle offense. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Smith and Jigba with a grab. 2 yards on the pickup there. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9. We'll get a look here at the Seahawks picks from the 2023 draft. They were one of 4 teams to make a pair of first-round selections this year. And the general consensus, CD, they did pretty darn well with both of them.
I'll say, partner, and also say this. Seattle, we're used to seeing them have size in their corners. But Devin Witherspoon at Illinois, he may not have the size, but his physical play fits Seattle perfectly, as well as Jackson Smith and Jigba, a terrific slot receiver out of Ohio State. Many thought he was the best in this year's draft. Added to the pass rush with Derek Hall and Zach Charbonnet. Adds to an already strong backfield with Kenneth Walker.
A little under 30 seconds to go. We'll see how they play it here on 1st and 10. Now Stafford. That's into the hands of Tutu Atwell. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. Stafford's throw pulled in by Atwell here. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. On 1st and 10, Stafford. Open man, he's got Jefferson across the formation. The Rams going to be forced to use their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Throwing again at Stafford. Throw out wide is incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another 1st down.
Here's Stafford now on second down. This is caught inside the 15. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10.
So often when we're watching a football game, we see one with a lot of ebbs and flows, and this one is no different. And sometimes you just need a big play to wake you up a bit. And they get one right there. That shot of caffeine this offense was looking for.
Blankenship's kick is good. And they're back within a touchdown. It's 17-10. So, yes, they'll still be down going into intermission, but the deficit is now made even smaller, very manageable.
Yeah, and if nothing haywire happens here in this last couple of precious seconds, they will go into the locker room with a nice bounce in their step, having gotten a little bit closer on the scoreboard.
So we've reached halftime here. It looks like we'll have to wait another week to get our first halftime report of the season as we move right along to the second half. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. Here comes the Seahawks offensive unit. They'll have it first to begin the third. Now Smith and the Seahawks going to come up first and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Hands it to Walker to begin the series. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Out of the gun, Smith. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Smith. And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. He got 29 yards that time.
4 yards. And that's good for another Seahawks.
On first and 10, Smith. Toward the sideline, intercepted. And the Rams are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the third quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this third quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
12 yards that time for number 12 as they move the chains.
Well, they were backed up to start the drive, but how about that aggressiveness? Firing it downfield right away. Nice job there getting out towards what would have been their normal starting position.
They'll run on first down with Akers. Oh, nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've got to hit the jackpot there.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Stafford to his number 1 guy, Cup, for a Los Angeles first. From the gun, here's Stafford. That's caught. It's Tutu Atwell. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A really nice gain of 25 yards. So from Seahawk territory now, it's first and 10, down at the 31. On the counter, this is Akers. And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
Well, they've certainly been successful throwing it around in this game. That's allowed them to move the ball on offense. But I've got to tell you, to watch them run the football and successfully, I'm not taking sides, but to see the ball in the running back's hands, oh, That's football for me.
7-yard. And it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
He hasn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Going right back to Akers. And here he'll get it down to the 7. The 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a 1st and goal. This is a very impressive drive, especially when you consider where they started from to now be set up 1st and goal.
Yeah, and some nice running right there. That's what got him the 1st down. But at this point, I suggest open up your playbook. You can call just about what you want.
Touchdown, Rams! Van Jefferson, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Rams go coast to coast and finish the drive off with 6 points. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And that will level the playing field at 17 all. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. And Seattle now ready to march onto the field. The interception on the last drive proved costly, led to the tying score, so 17 all as they come up on a 1st down. Smith now to throw. And incomplete, and dropped there in the middle 3rd of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down.
That was a classic example of trying to run with the ball without securing the catch. He was thinking about those rack yards instead of making the catch first and then taking off.
Running right, here's Walker. And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line. 80 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Here's 3rd down and 4. Play action. It's Smith. Rolling to his left. Throw left side complete. That's Walker. And down he goes, but the stiff arm utilized effectively there. And it helps him move the sticks. Yeah, you only get a 1-yard buffer there from the line of scrimmage, and he got downfield a little too far, and the flag came out. Third and 9 here. Now Geno. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender. Couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. Matthew Stafford and the rest of the Rams offense set to take over once more. And he had the touchdown on the last drive, also 4 for 4. Very, very effective. What does he need to do to translate that forward into this drive?
Not think that what he saw in coverages last time is exactly what he's going to get again. He's got to play ahead and start thinking to himself, okay, we just did that. What are they going to take away now? What do we go to as a counter? And continue to encourage his offensive line to continue to give him time.
They were really good on the last drive. Now left side on the swing pass. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
That is caught. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. That's a 3rd down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. A give up the middle to Akers. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line. They'll get 8 yards on the run, and that is going to close out this 3rd quarter. Back now in Seattle, Washington. All even as we get ready to start the 4th. Ball on the 27. Here's 2nd and a couple. Now a play fake it at Stafford. To the right side into the hands of the tight end long. It'll be a pickup of 4. Good enough to earn him yet another first down.
When an offense reads blitz, it doesn't matter where it's coming from. Tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Here's a 2nd and 5. Here's Stafford. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Devin Witherspoon. Well, they were in a great position to take the lead, Charles. Obviously, all they needed was a field goal to do that. They wanted the touchdown. Unfortunately, they're going to get neither. And you know every offense talks about the same thing each week, don't they, Brandon? They want to end every drive with a kick, but it's a field goal attempt to point after the touchdown. What worse to punt? This time they had that opportunity, but didn't get it because you know the field shrinks that close to the end zone, and that allows the defense to tighten up their coverage, and they picked that one off. Here's Smith. This is Fant on the short completion. It'll be a gain of 5. And 3rd and 8 now. Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Ernest Jones. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. Well, we say it often, Charles, but not all interceptions are created equally, and that is a big one here in a tie ball game in the 4th quarter. And, Brandon, when games are this close, it usually comes down to the team making the fewest mistakes, and that was one of our mantras back at Tennessee. Coach Midge used to say all the time, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. You've got to cut those down to give yourself an opportunity. As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about, and you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it, and oftentimes not. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Draymond Jones able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. And if you're thinking field goal from here, it's 48 yards. I think they'd like to get him a little help now on 3rd down and move it closer. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. And a smart play there. He's probably saying, I wish I would have done that on the last drive instead of throwing the interception. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This to break our 4th quarter tie. Blankenship's kick is good. And with that, they take the lead here 20-17. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over. It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing? And out a little across the 25 to the 27. And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field. And they really need to forget about their last time out, the turnover that led to a field goal. So now they try to regroup, trailing in the final quarter. Obviously, they'd love a touchdown, but 3 would suffice. And Smith's throw caught here by Metcalf. So the completion good for just 3. And it's 2nd down. Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First down, Seattle on a pickup of 13. Geno down a throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete. Smith, an incomplete pass on first down. Now it's 2nd and 10. Setting up the screen here. This is Walker. Now he's loose down the left sideline. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Kenneth Walker Seahawks use the defensive breakdown to take the lead away here in the fourth. Now Myers for the extra point. And that will make this a 4-point game. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it was Kenneth Walker who finished things off with a touchdown catch. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. L.A. readies for its next possession. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the fourth quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one. On first down, Stafford here. Open man is Atwell, complete. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and it's second down.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
And they'll get to him right away at the 40. Stafford to Higbee there. Rams first down.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and we're watching them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there, not just for himself.
And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. They bring the safety on the blitz, and he busts through to drop him for an 8-yard loss. Well, collectively as a defense, Charles, I think if you get 4 sacks a game, you're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number is just staggering because there's so many ways to try and counteract it. But in this case, they've got no answers for this unrelenting pressure coming at their quarterback.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. They face a critical third down now, needing a score here in the late going. This crowd turning up the decibel level. It's third and long. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up.
With that incompletion, reality is staring them right in the face. This entire game is down to the next snap.
Desperation time for Stafford on fourth down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Seahawks, they'll get the football back in outstanding field position. We've got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on first down. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Smith. This is Fant on the short completion. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The Rams going to be forced to use their third and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Myers' kick is good, and that'll make this a 7-point game. From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a 1-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. So now Stafford and the Rams down 27-20, a little over a minute and a half remaining. They need a touchdown and the PAT to tie it as they come up first and 10. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
Well, they need a touchdown, and here they're saying, we're not going to get it 10 yards at a time. They felt they needed to take a shot there to at least get them across the 50. but that one falls incomplete.
Oh, a hit. He lost the football. Stafford puts it on the ground. And this defense has broken it open as they return it to the house for 6. This was a close game. They needed a little breathing room where they got it right there on that return for a touchdown.
Yeah, we would say that this could be huge. Forget it. It was huge. Gave him a comfortable lead.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And the lead now to 14. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. And the L.A. offense ready for this next possession. They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Stafford on 1st down. Throw left side, complete to Cup. And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8. Now it's Stafford. Looking for Cooper Kupp again, 2 in a row. Through the middle of the field. And he's all the way down to the 6-yard line. Here's 1st and goal. Here's Stafford. And he will throw this one out of the back of the end zone. It's incomplete.
A lot of practice time, a lot of thinking goes into 2-minute drills, even on the defensive side. So now you want to make sure the guys understand. Continue to be aggressive, but make sure you're smart in doing so.
Stafford looks to throw again. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
So obviously they will decline the penalty there, and the result is 6 points. Rodrigo Blankenship on for the PAT. And that'll cut the lead down now to a touchdown. The drive summary, 4 plays, 75 yards. So still a chance with just over 20 seconds to go, but they need to get this one back, no doubt. Down the numbers. There he goes. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining there now. This one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
Throw right side, taken in by Eskridge. And he'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And once again, it's Eskridge. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down, and that should just about do it. Now this was not just the opener of a brand new season.
Whole club selling out of hitter doing stadiums. Gold diggers don't come around, they don't survive my radius. I keep it too real for real, and that's